So we're here for 5 minutes to take time to talk about mental health and the creative mind. I'm here with Renee van der Vloot, who's a Human Givens therapist and creator of the audio CD, Calm the Chaos of the Creative Mind, 5 Common Challenges of Creatives and How to Overcome Them. Renee, tell me about the inspiration behind creating the CD.
The inspiration is my realisation after 20 years of working with creative people, how little understanding there is, first of all, about how that type of person operates, the enormous amount of turmoil and mental distress that comes from not quite knowing who you are, never having been recognised. And so my hope is that, well, twofold really. Firstly, that creative people are discover themselves to be that much sooner, and that they learn how to use their own talents so that they can get their needs properly met. The result of that would be that there would be a lot less suffering of mental distress, because so many of these people spend half their lives distressed with anxiety, OCD, diagnoses of ADHD, depression, you name it. The other thing is that as a society, we need them. And we need to know how to nurture them, how to recognise them, how to nurture them, how to enable them to work in ways that are more appropriate to the way they function. Because we've got, as a society, enormous problems, and these solutions are much more likely to come from creative minds than from people who are very good at doing what is asked.
So you see lots of creative people who suffer with certain challenges, problems, etc. What are they? What are the manifestations of challenges with creative minds?
They are all sorts of expressions of anxiety. So enormous agitation, insomnia that comes with that, inability to focus as a result, the enormous sense of insecurity, of not quite fitting in, poor time management, organisational skills fallen by the wayside, and I think an overriding sense that somehow or other out there is a rule book that everybody's had a look into, but they themselves, this creative person, feels that they're a step behind everybody else, or not quite sure what they're meant to be doing. So I suppose those are some of the very common symptoms.
Okay. There's lots of information both on your website and in your CD about how people can practically overcome these challenges and work towards mental health. But if you were to invite people to do just one thing this week that will improve their mental well-being, what would that be?
I would invite everybody to carve out time to be alone, to give themselves time every day in which they're not accountable to anybody else, and fill that time in whichever way would really give them a sense of well-being. So that might be drifting around in your pyjamas at home, it might be cooking a meal, it might be drawing, it might be singing, but to really also be, if you're a bit older, reminded of what you might have been doing once upon a time and which now you feel that there's no time for, but to put it back into your life. So to punctuate your day with some privacy.
Fantastic. Thank you, Renee.
Pleasure, Catherine.